What's up, guys? I'm Damian Warhol, and in this video, I just wanted to talk about uh, the ketogenic diet and try to explain it in a way that makes sense to people. So, there's a lot of health benefits and there's a lot of complex discussion around the ketogenic diet, but I want to narrow my scope here to just talking about the difference between glucose and ketones, and your body running on glucose or ketones, and how running on just ketones, meaning that you eat a really low carb diet, how that makes you lose weight. So, I've seen a lot of videos out there that try to explain this. A lot of them are by doctors, and they get really complex, and it's really hard to follow if you don't know a lot, if you're not a doctor, you know what I mean? And, different people relate to different things. Me personally, I'm a car guy, so, I really know a lot about cars, how cars work. So I'm going to explain it in a way that somebody who might know about cars, how it would make sense to them. So I've heard a lot of people try to explain it in this sort of context where you're comparing your body to a vehicle that is flex fuel. And what a flex fuel vehicle is, it means that the car can run on either gasoline or on ethanol. And so it's like, oh, your body's flex fuel. It can run on two different kinds of fuels. And, if you should just do this fuel, not this fuel. And, that's an okay way to talk about it, but it's not perfect. You know what I mean? It doesn't really do a very good job of explaining the difference between the two fuels for your body. Those fuels being ketones or glucose. And, so when you talk about glucose, you're talking about carbs and sugar. So the way I think about it, which I think is a much better way to explain it, is that, instead of saying that, your body is flex fuel, your body's actually more like a gasoline electric hybrid vehicle. And, there are different kinds of gasoline electric hybrids. There are some where the electric motors just kind of help the gas motor be more efficient. And then there's some where the car can run on either gasoline or it can run on just the battery. And where, the gasoline engine will just charge up the battery so that you can run on the battery. And, it's not really a perfect analogy either, but I think it's much better than the flex fuel analogy. So think about it this way, guys. Think about glucose or carbohydrates or sugar, however you want to say it. Think of glucose as the electric side of it, as the battery side of it. And think about ketones as gasoline. So if you eat a regular Western diet where you just eat like a mix of carbs and protein and fat and sugar all together, then you're getting glucose and you're also getting fat. And fat doesn't automatically turn into ketones. Your body's only going to use the fat to turn into ketones if it doesn't have any glucose. So it prioritizes the glucose. And that is similar to a gasoline electric hybrid vehicle. So if you have a battery and you have a gas tank, and they're both empty, they both need recharged, then you might eat a meal that has everything. It has maybe you have a bunch of rice and beans and bread, but you also have chicken or beef and cheese and all this stuff with it and vegetables. Then you're going to be filling up both of those things. You're going to be charging up the battery and you're going to be filling up your gas tank. Your body is going to prioritize the battery, meaning the glucose, the carbs. It needs to deplete that battery all the way to zero before it starts using the gasoline, before it starts turning fat into ketones. So if your battery is always fully charged, then whenever you eat fat, whenever you don't use all of the battery, it's going to convert that into fat, and then it's going to store it on your body. And that's like extended range, you know what I mean? So fat is stored energy, meaning if you've got a lot of fat on you and you go into a situation where you're starving, your body will use that energy stored as fat. So, if you work out and you're burning all these calories, but you don't lose any weight, there's a good chance that the reason is because your body is burning all that glucose. It is using all those carbs, all that sugar for fuel, and it's not tapping in to your stored energy on your body. So it's like you're charging up your battery every day and you're never using the gasoline. So, the gasoline tank's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're going to have so much gasoline that your car's real heavy, and then it's not good. Your car doesn't work as well if it's super heavy, So how do you get rid of that excess fuel? Well, you need to stop charging your battery. So I hope this makes sense, guys, but basically, if you stop charging that battery, as in you stop eating bread, you stop eating rice, you stop eating beans, all this stuff that's just carbs, it's just sugar basically, it's just glucose, then your body will start burning the gasoline, aka the fat that's stored on your body. So, there are a lot of other health benefits to keto and staying away from carbs other than weight loss. But that's what I'm kind of focusing on right now. So, there's a lot of videos about other things having to do with keto and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, long story short, guys, if you want to lose weight, if you want to be effective at the gym and actually burn fat and not just glucose, then stop eating carbohydrates, stop eating sugar. Don't be drinking soda, don't be eating bread, don't be, carb loading, you know what I mean? Figure out what has carbs and don't eat those things. It's that easy. And people talk bad about keto like, oh, if you're eating keto, you're eating a bunch of fat. And it's not healthy to eat a bunch of fat. It's bogus, guys. It's bogus. So, first of all, if you switch to keto, you don't have to increase your fat intake. You have to lower your carb intake. That's it. So instead of, like, say you normally get a burger and some fries, just tell them to keep the bun, and instead of fries, get something like coleslaw or broccoli or something. Like most restaurants have that stuff. So what I do is I'll get a burger and I'll say no bun and please give me coleslaw instead of fries. And there you go. It's low carb. So there's different versions of the keto diet. There's people that eat like a lot of fat or a lot of protein. There's people who do dirty keto, which that's kind of what I am. I'm dirty keto, meaning that I'm not super strict about it. I don't analyze all the sauces, and I have cheat days, and it works really well for me. I don't need to lose any weight. I've already got a amazing body, amazing physique, and I'm doing it more for health reasons, which there are a lot of health reasons. There's a lot of very, very good reasons to stay away from carbs. So a big reason is to prevent insulin resistance. So insulin resistance is responsible for a lot of health problems. And you want to limit how many insulin spikes that your body has in a day. Insulin is bad. Insulin is what turns that glucose into fat. So if you eat all this glucose, then you're going to get these big insulin spikes, then you're going to get fat. You're going to get that energy that you're not using stored as fat. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I know different people can relate to different things. That is a good way for me to explain it because I know about cars. If you don't know like very much about cars, if you're not a car guy, then that kind of might go over your head. But if you are a car guy, then I hope that makes sense. Glucose is like electricity, while ketones is like gasoline. If you want to get rid of your excess huge tank full of gasoline, aka your body fat, then you need to stop charging your battery. If you charge your battery, you're never going to get rid of all that gasoline that you're storing. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you like this video. I'm just kind of just talking about the stuff that I'm interested in at the moment. I know my videos where I talk about different pop culture things are a little more popular, so I'll probably do some more of that in the future as well. The thing is, I'm kind of weird. I don't really watch the news. I don't really watch TV or movies very often. I do sometimes, but I'm not really hip to all the new stuff that's going on. I'm not on TikTok and all that stupid stuff. I'm not into politics, but I'm aware of some things. So that's it for this video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, dude, hit that like button, comment, do all that stuff. It helps me out, guys. So that's it for this video. See you next time.